The new offside possibly coming in from Arsene Wenger.
Did I read it right in terms of it's going to have to be daylight? Is that right?
Well, it's not so much daylight.
Imagine the beautiful game with a twist. Arsene Wenger's proposed offside rule changes have sent shockwaves through the football world, and FIFA has just announced that these changes will be implemented starting on Champions League Day 1.
Arsene Wenger is reportedly set to move forward with his radical proposal to amend the offside rule after positive trials. The former Arsenal boss, now FIFA's chief of global football development, first discussed his idea to introduce the daylight principle to offsides in 2020.
The current offside rule has been a topic of controversy for years, with many arguing that it's often unclear and subjective. But what exactly is changing?
The proposition was backed by FIFA President Gianni Infantino, who said he was certainly in favour of discussing a new way of looking at the offside rule. This led to trials in Sweden, Italy and the Netherlands, which, according to The Times, have convinced the 74-year-old to press ahead.
The football community is abuzz with excitement and debate. Fans are taking to social media to share their thoughts, with some hailing the change as a game changer and others expressing concerns about the potential impact on the game's flow. Players and coaches are also weighing in, with some arguing that the new rule would require significant adjustments to their strategies.
New offside possibly coming in from Arsene Wenger.
Did I read it right in terms of it's going to have to be daylight? Is that right?
Well, it's not so much daylight because it's basically the back part of you as the forward, as if any part of you is behind the defender.
As the countdown to the Champions League begins, one thing is certain: the eyes of the football world will be watching closely to see how this new rule plays out. But the question on everyone's mind is, what exactly does this new rule entail? The suspense is building, and fans are eager to learn more. Let's take a closer look at the potential implications of this rule change.
I worry that teams will defend very deep now, because it's particularly on free kicks and stuff. If you've got a line and all the players can, all you've got to do is keep your toe slightly onside.
Imagine being a striker, waiting for that perfect pass to break through the defense. With the new rule, would you need to time your runs differently? Or picture yourself as a defender, trying to catch an opponent offside. Would you need to adjust your positioning entirely? The possibilities are endless, and the implications are vast. The experts are also chiming in.
In terms of it's going to have to be daylight. Is that right?
Well, it's not so much daylight because it's basically the back part of you as the forward, as if any part of you is behind the defender, then you're onside. So basically, it's not going to help in terms of working out whether you're offside or not in the slightest.
With some arguing that this rule change could lead to more goals being scored, while others believe it could result in more controversy. The debate is heating up, and fans are eager to hear the details. Now, let's get to the moment of truth. The new offside rule, as proposed by Arsene Wenger, aims to provide more clarity and accuracy in determining offside positions. According to the proposal, the key change would be the introduction of a more nuanced approach to determining offside positions, taking into account the player's entire body and the timing of the pass. This would mean that players would be considered offside if any part of their body, except for their hands and arms, is beyond the last defender when the ball is played forward. But that's not all. The proposal also includes some additional tweaks to ensure that the rule is applied consistently and fairly. For example, the rule would also take into account the position of the player's body in relation to the ball, rather than just their position relative to the defender. There you have it, the new offside rule that's set to shake up the football world. Whether you're a die-hard fan or a casual observer, this change is sure to have a significant impact on the game. The question is, are you ready for it? The new offside rule proposed by Arsene Wenger could have significant implications for teams that rely heavily on the offside trap. Barcelona, known for their high-intensity pressing and quick defensive transitions, might be one of the teams most affected by this rule change. Barcelona's offside trap is a key component of their defensive strategy. By pushing their defenders high up the pitch, they aim to catch opponents offside and gain possession quickly. However, the new offside rule could make it more challenging for them to execute this strategy effectively. With the new rule, Barcelona's defenders might need to be more cautious in their positioning, potentially giving opponents more space to operate. This could lead to more opportunities for the opposing team to create scoring chances. The Blaugrana's high defensive line, which has been a hallmark of their success, might become a liability under the new rule. The new offside rule could force Barcelona to adapt their defensive strategy, potentially leading to a more conservative approach. This might impact their ability to win the ball back quickly and create counterattacks. Their opponents might exploit this change, catching Barcelona off guard and capitalizing on the space left behind. Let's take a closer look at how Barcelona's offside trap works. The team's defenders are trained to read the game and anticipate the opponent's movements. They push up quickly, often catching opponents offside and allowing Barcelona to gain possession. However, the new rule would require them to be more precise in their timing and positioning. The implications of this rule change are significant, and Barcelona will need to adjust their tactics to compensate. Will they be able to adapt quickly enough, or will this rule change give their opponents an advantage? One thing is certain, the new offside rule will require Barcelona to rethink their defensive strategy. To understand potential impact on Barcelona, let's examine their recent performances. In their last 5 matches, they conceded an average of 1.2 goals per game. While this is a respectable record, the new offside rule could lead to an increase in conceded goals if they are unable to adapt their defensive strategy. The new offside rule would also require Barcelona's players to be more aware of their positioning on the pitch. They would need to be mindful of the opponent's movements and adjust their positioning accordingly. This could lead to a more cautious approach, potentially impacting Barcelona's ability to press high up the pitch. In addition to the tactical implications, the new offside rule could also impact Barcelona's player development. Young players coming through the academy might need to be taught different defensive strategies, potentially altering the way they approach the game. The rule change could also impact Barcelona's transfer strategy. If the team needs to adapt their defensive approach, they might look to sign players who are comfortable with the new strategy. This could lead to changes in the team's squad dynamics and potentially impact their performance on the pitch. As a new offside rule is implemented, Barcelona will need to be proactive in their approach. They'll need to analyze the rule change, assess its implications, and adapt their strategy accordingly. This might involve tweaking their defensive tactics, adjusting their player positioning, and developing new training drills to prepare for the new rule. The new offside rule would also require referees to be more precise in their decision-making. They would need to carefully assess the positioning of players and determine whether they gain an advantage from being in an offside position. This could lead to more controversy and debate around refereeing decisions. In conclusion, the new offside rule proposed by Arsene Wenger could have significant implications for Barcelona's offside trap. The team would need to adapt their defensive strategy, potentially leading to a more cautious approach. While this might impact their ability to win the ball back quickly, it could also lead to new opportunities for growth and development. As the football world adjusts to the new offside rule, Barcelona will be one of the teams to watch. Will they be able to adapt quickly and maintain their defensive solidity, or will the rule change catch them off guard? One thing is certain, the new offside rule will bring new challenges and opportunities for the Blaugrana. The debate around the new offside rule is ongoing, and it's clear that teams like Barcelona will need to adapt to the changes. As the football world evolves, we'll be here to provide analysis and insights on the latest developments. Stay tuned for more updates, and don't forget to like and share this video with your friends. In the world of football, adaptability is key. Teams that can adapt quickly to new rules and strategies often have an advantage over their opponents. Barcelona will need to be proactive in their approach, assessing the implications of the new offside rule and adjusting their strategy accordingly. The new offside rule is just one of many changes that could impact the game. As the sport continues to evolve, teams will need to be innovative and adaptable to stay ahead of the competition. Barcelona's ability to adapt to the new rule will be a key factor in their success this season. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more analysis and insights on the beautiful game.